What's going on, guys? Grill some flank steak tonight. I've had this marinating for 2 days. I got some seasoning on there, some aloe seasoning. You can get that anywhere, pretty much. And my Goya olive oil, I put that in my flank steak. Put some onions in there. Make myself a nice drink. How you guys doing today? Let's make something tasty. I got the grill on for at least half an hour, preheating it. It's about 350 degrees. Let's see, we're gonna test that grill out. I'm gonna put one of the onions on. See if that sizzles. Yeah, that's sizzling. Let's see. Put another one. Yeah, that's sizzling. Let's see. You hear that? Yeah, that's good. Toss these around in the olive oil. Well, you want to keep in mind when you're grilling steaks, especially these are a little thick. I trimmed off as much fat as possible. I don't want to take off all the fat either, because if you take off all the fat, then you're kind of like cheating out on the flavor. So I've had these marinating for 2 days. All right, and like I said, in the Goya olive oil and the aloe seasoning that I use. I love to marinate them and have them rest in that for at least two days minimum. It's gonna grab all that flavor. I like using these gloves because I know that my hands are always gonna be dirty, so I use these gloves. And they're ribbed. I have them in my store. I'll put a link in the bio, just like I have it for the olive oil, for a few other things that I use. Massage that meat after it's been in the fridge for 2 days. See how thick that is? I like to cook my meat medium rare or medium, depending on the cut. This is a very soft cut. The way I'm gonna cut it is gonna be diagonal. And I'm gonna serve it with some rice and black beans. I made 2 different types of rice. I made Mexican rice, spicy Mexican rice. And then I made some white rice to go with black beans. Now that this is nice and hot, and I'm gonna put it right on that grill. You hear that? Nice. All right, and we're gonna let that go on each side for at least 4 minutes on each side. Okay. Pour some of that oil on there. All right, 4 minutes on each side. Here we go with the second piece. Look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Put that in there. I'm gonna let that go. And we're gonna let it sear on both sides. I'm gonna let that sear on both sides. At least that one for 4 to 5 minutes, because those are for the ones that like to eat it a little more cooked. I like to eat mine medium rare. This is gonna be for those that like to eat their steak at medium to medium well. So I'm gonna let that go for a while. Like I said, about 5 minutes on each side. It is a thick cut. The one that I'm leaving for last is gonna be for those that like to eat it medium rare. This is gonna be the last one. Check this one. Same. Nice here. It's been about 4 minutes. 3-4 minutes. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn them. So now you see that they're parallel like that. We're gonna put them horizontal, just so that they cook evenly. All right. before we flip them over. Now remember, this is flank steak. It was cleaned on both sides. Took the fat off, all that bad fat. Alright. Now we're going to flip that over. Look at that nice sear. Woo, baby. Flip that right over. Again, this is for those that like to eat it when you slice it up a little more well done. That's why I'm leaving this one for last, because I like mine to be a little undercooked. I like to see the pink in the middle. Remember, during the last 2 days we had it marinating, and it had the olive oil and the spices. Alright, that's just enough. We'll leave it on there for another 2 minutes, and we'll remove it. And then we'll let it rest, and then we'll put in the other one. Boy, we're in Jersey here, man. It's 30 degrees. Gotta have yourself one of these just to sustain. But I grill all year round, so that's my thing. Alright, I'm gonna take these veggies off. They're done. Gonna look at the bottom of this. They've been going for about 3 minutes as well. Again, this is for the folks that like to eat with their meat a little more cooked. So they've been on here for about, I'm gonna say, about 10 minutes. This I don't condone. This is for the overcookers that like to have their meat cooked. Now this is my baby right there. There you go. This right here is your delicious D's treat. This is gonna be the one that's gonna be undercooked just enough to see the red and the pink inside, like my girlfriend says, like it's still moving, like it's still moving. That's how I like my meat. I don't like to overcook it, so I'm gonna do about 2 minutes on each side. So I got 2 minutes on each side. That one's mine. This is for the folk, the one that's already done, that like to eat it overcooked. But that's not how you eat meat. In my opinion, this is how you eat meat. I got 2 minutes on this one. I'm gonna cook these veggies. Leave those to a side. I got scallions and onions on there that we're marinating with the meat for the 2 days. Again, this is a pretty thick cut, so I'm gonna grill this one for about 2 minutes on each side. This is mine. This is, and my husband's is right there. This for my brother and I. Man, I love this grill. There's a Kamado Joe. This is my favorite toy that I got. I'm out here all year round, like the mailman, snow, rain, sleet, or hail. Alright, I'm going to turn her over. She's nice and cooked. Nice. Alright, I'm going to take these out, put them up there a minute. I don't want them overcooked either. Right, I'm going to give her 2 minutes on there. I'm gonna take her out. I'm gonna let her rest. And I'm not gonna touch her. We're gonna let her rest for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And we're gonna cut her up into nice thin slices and serve them up for dinner. Like I said, I don't like overcooking. I think that's about all I got for her right there because I don't want her to be overcooked. Nice here in the back. See, look at that. And I'm gonna take her right off. Folks, it's so simple. All you do is you preheat your grill nice and hot. Make sure that no less than 400 degrees on the grill grates. And you slap on your meat. Once you slap on that meat, you let it sit for the amount of time that you want the rare on your meat. You want to make sure you marinate your meat at least a day or two in advance. Like I said, I like using my olive oil, my good Goya olive oil, a good seasoning, okay? You put that on 2 days before, but the trick here is at least 2 hours before you grill that meat, you want to take it out of the refrigerator and sit it on your counter. Sit it on your counter. Let your meat come to room temperature. Never, never, never do the sinful act of throwing a piece of meat, of cold meat, on a hot grill. You're going to shock that meat and you're going to get hard meat that you just paid a good amount of money for. So if you guys have any questions or any other things you'd like to see me grill, give me a shout out. I'm going to slice it up and show you what it looks like in the end. Have a good day, guys.